Now joined by one of the men of the moment in Ufuk Talay, head coach. Ufi, a big congratulations on the result tonight. Is that how you wanted it to go? 7-1, an absolute blowout in the grand scheme of things. Your biggest win of the season. It looked pretty good from where we were sitting.
Yeah, look, I thought the focus was, again, our performance, especially without the ball, is a big part of our game. I thought we started the game off well with an early set-piece goal. I don't think we grabbed the game defensively at times. We allowed them to play through us at times. That's something that we tried to fix at half-time with the group. We know that we'll always create opportunities with the players that we have. But the pleasing side was obviously scoring goals and, again, an opportunity to play finals football at home.
And the interchange of play, the guys up front did an extremely good job. I think not just holding the ball up, but the interchange between the three of them, four of them as well. Caceres getting forward. That side of the play, the attack, you happier with that as well?
Yeah, definitely. The way that we play, we've got some very creative players. You know, Robbie, as playing as a 9, makes some fantastic runs in behind. Joe's quality on the ball. Cass is good on the ball, and they create those moments, and we give the players freedom in that front third to make good decisions on the ball and find a player with a blue shirt to create an opportunity to score. So I think we could have probably scored a lot more with the moments that we created, but overall I think the second half performance was probably a lot better than the first half.
We were talking just off air a couple of moments ago about there's still some components that you weren't entirely pleased with this evening. Tell us a bit about that.
I think at times when from goal kick setups we allowed Perth Glory to play through us at times. The intensity, I thought, in the first half wasn't as good in winning the balls because they were coming out of challenges, balls were bouncing, and they were the ones, you know, winning that second ball at times. So that's a big part of our game. That's a big part of what we thrive on and the way we want to play. And that's something definitely we need to improve on for next week.
Substitutions had a fantastic impact. We saw Joel King coming off the bench, getting himself on the score sheet as well. A question around Bratz coming off and Jack Rodwell, this is it. As I'm looking into your eyes for the answer, Ufi, thoughts on that interchange?
Look, Jack, we wanted to give some minutes to see how he goes. Bratsy was on the edge of getting suspended, so that's why we took him off at half-time. The way that we want to play is very aggressive, and in one moment, if he gets booked, then he misses next week's game. So I had a chat to him at half-time and said, I'm going to take you off. He wasn't happy, but reality is he's available for next week.
And speaking of next week, you mentioned Fabio Gomez potentially being back in the fold. 7 goals today, hard to change a winning team, but obviously a good headache for you to have, having so many options and Fabio coming back. Yeah,
definitely. Look, we need to put out a side that we believe is going to win us the game and have the players on the bench that are going to come and make that impact as well. So it's great to have players back and having a full squad, and like you said, it's a great headache to have.
MacArthur Bulls, how are you feeling about facing them? It was just last week that you actually met them. I know it's not going to be the same with 9 men on the pitch and the way that that's played out. Haven't scored against them so far this season. You would have watched their game against the Knicks as well across the ditch just yesterday. How are you feeling about that head-to-head? Another city derby of sorts for an elimination final.
Well, they won both games that we played them this season, so they're favourites to win.
There you go. I like that. Well, I think off the back of a 7-1, you might be the favourite, Ufi, if I'm going to look at that.
Well, I think we'll have a good incentive for the boys in the last 2 games that we've played them, that we've got 0 points from it. I know there's no points available for this game, but it's a very important game for us to take that next step.
I guess it starts again though, doesn't it? I mean, it's something that you can both speak to when it comes to elimination final. Yes, you've got form coming in, but there are no second chances. There is no other week afterwards. Does that change the mentality? How do you kind of get the players? I mean, not difficult to get the players up for it, but in terms of your job and what you have to do around this team.
You got to look over the course of the 90. You got to look at the course of the extra time. You got to look at the course of when we get to pens, who does what, who's going to step up. So there's a lot of things that you need to look at, but the first idea is to try to win the game in the first 90 minutes, and obviously make decisions on how the game plans out.
All right. Well, Luke Bratton put himself in the frame. If you're going to pens, not too sure if you're going to pens. So, Ufuk Talay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
For joining us. Big congratulations.